Many people engage in negative self-talks. Negative self-talks, it seems to be a way to do some self-instruction, to give yourself some sort of map how to navigate your behavior. Sometimes it can show up in form of you would like to achieve multiple tasks on that day, and then you get caught up with something that seems to be curious and interesting for you, so you kind of lose track of time, and that way you negatively talk to yourself that you were planning to do task A, B, and C, and now the day is gone and you weren't able to do that. So that is one form of negative self-talk. The other form of negative self-talk can be in terms of body image, in terms of looking at yourself in the mirror, and then sometimes talking to yourself in a way that is quite negative, but even harsh in a way that it's kind of bringing your mood down, and it's kind of pulling you down, and then you don't feel good about yourself. You can be in a negative mood state as a result of that type of self-talk. Other times negative self-talk can even turn abusive. There can be almost a name calling towards your own self. Sometimes people would call themselves idiot. For example, you're in this relationship and you want to part of you feels that you need to walk out of this relationship, but then you have difficulty letting go, and then you call yourself idiot and stupid and all of those words that are considered to be a part of abusive language. This type of self-talk is highly problematic compared to the ones that are more of self-instruction. As long as it goes to the extreme side of word choices, then we have a problem. If it doesn't go to the extreme word choices, but it's more about, oh, you just watched a few shows right now, but you were planning to do task A, B, and C, but let's right now do B at least, or if not C, at least one of them at this point. So that would be more of realistic self-talk that is not so much positive in nature. It acknowledges you getting carried away, but it also acknowledges that you can still have your time and effort towards task B if you want to. So that would be a kind of self-talk that is not, again, pleasant, but at the same time not so problematic. However, if you call yourself, you're an idiot, you always do this, you've been watching these shows, you're a loser, you're a failure, so that kind of self-talk is highly problematic. So what do we do instead? I highly encourage people to use compassionate self-talk. Now, what's the difference between the two? As I shared with you, that the examples that I already gave you, those are the examples of negative self-talk. Now, compassionate self-talk is not the same like the talk of self-indulgence and doing things for your own selfish needs at the cost of somebody else. It's not similar to that. It does pay attention to you, but more from a realistic point of view, and also more compassionate and non-judgmental way. And I would like to emphasize that word again, non-judgmental way. That means that you're not being judgmental towards yourself. You're not doing or you're not using the abusive language of stupid or idiot towards yourself. Instead, you're talking in a compassionate way that is not judgmental and says, oh yeah, you found those episodes quite interesting and kind of probably stimulated your mind, and they kind of provoked some sort of dialogue or conversation in your mind, and now it would be a good time to go back to your task that you were planning to do. And since the day is running out, maybe only task B would be a good idea to do. So this is a more neutral tone. At the same time, it's non-judgmental. It doesn't say that you're a failure, that you're a stupid person, but it also holds you responsible towards the task B. There is a sense of responsibility in that compassionate self-talk. It doesn't let you to get away with it. So this is the difference that I'm trying to make, that sometimes people confuse that with self-indulgence, that it's okay, don't do that. It's, again, if you have a good reason why you're not doing that task on that day because you have plenty of other time and days to do that, then that's rightfully so. Then I wouldn't consider that self-indulgence. I would say that's also being realistic. However, if we know that this day was important in completing task A, B, C, or at least one of them, it was very important to you, then in that case, there is no way of getting away with it. So you're still held accountable towards your actions, and not in a negative way, but more of a responsible way, that okay, this is the time to engage with task B. So I hope this video helps. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or if you want me to talk more about the self-compassion, write in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next